Alright guys, why don't you copy this down? You can pause the video just to copy it. And this is just kind of some simple steps that's going to help us through the process of simplifying a radical. So the first thing that we're going to do when we do this, guys, is we want to break down the number by prime factorization. So we're going to take 300 and break it down. So I know that that's going to be 3 times 10. 3's prime. 3 times 100. What am I saying? And then 100 is, well, let's say 50 times 2. And then 50 breaks down to be 2 times 25. So that's prime, that's prime, that's prime. 25 is not. So 25 breaks down to be 5 times 5, which are prime numbers. So underneath the radical sign, I'm going to list all of the prime factors. So we have 3 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. So we broke the number down. Now what we're going to do is circle the prime factors that are pairs, or numbers that happen twice. So I have a pair of 5s, and I have a pair of 2s. So for each pair, what we're going to do is list one of the numbers in front of the radical sign. So for this 5, I am going to cross the 5 out and list one of them in front of the radical sign. For this pair of 2s, I'm going to cross it out and list one of them in front of the radical sign. So whatever does not have a pair, we're going to stay underneath the radical sign. So the 3 didn't have a way to go with, so we're going to leave the 3 in front underneath the radical sign, and then we're going to multiply what's in front, which is 2 and 5. So we end up with 10 radical 3. So let's look at another example here. So we got 180. We're going to break that number down. So I know that's 90 times 2. 2's prime. 90 breaks down to be 45 times 2. 2's prime. 45 breaks down to be 9 times 5. 5 is prime. And then 9 breaks down to be 3 times 3, which are prime. Alright, so we broke the number down. Underneath the radical sign, I have 2 3's, a 5, and 2 2's. Alright, so we're going to circle any pair of prime factors. So we have a pair of 2's that are prime factors and a pair of 3's that are prime factors. And for each pair, we're going to list one in front of the radical sign. So I'm going to cross out the 2, list one of them in front of the radical sign. For the 3, I'm going to cross it out and list one of them in front of the radical sign. So it looks like underneath the radical sign, I just have 1 5. I don't have to multiply by anything. And then I have a 3 and 2, which gets me 6. So I end up with 6 radical 5. Let me just go over one more with you guys, which is 288. Alright, so let's look at 288. That's 2 times 144. 144 breaks down to be 12 times 12, which are not prime. I got 2 times 6. 2 times 6. And then the 6 breaks down to be 3 times 2. 3 times 2. So underneath my radical sign, I have a 2. I have another 2. That 2 is underneath the radical sign. I'm going to list my 2's kind of next to each other so I don't kind of lose them. So I listed that 2, this 2, and this 2. So it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. And then I have 2 3's left over. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to circle pairs. I have a pair of 2's, another pair of 2's, and then I have a pair of 3's. So for each pair, I'm going to list one in front of the radical sign. So I have a 3 in front of the radical sign, a 2 in front of the radical sign, and another 2 in front of the radical sign, with a 2 left over. So I don't have to multiply anything because it's just a 2. And then 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. So it's 12 radical 2. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is just pause the video. I want you guys to look at these and try them for me. And when you guys are done, look at the answers. Okay. So in this case, for 7, I got 3 radical 6. I had a 3 and a 2 underneath the radical sign, which got me 6 and just one pair of 3s. For 8, I got 4 radical 14, because I had 2 pairs of 2s, and then I had a 2 and a 7 underneath the radical sign. Number 9, I got 8 square root of 6, and number 10, I got 6 radical 2. We'll definitely work more on this tomorrow, but hopefully this helps out, and I will hope you guys have a great day.